Hey guys, Charlie Carpenter with Gulf and Bay Dock Works. We're out here in Tierra Verde at Bill Curry of Curry Ford's dock. We were able to finish this dock up about a month ago here. We are obviously in a beautiful location. We're about 5 minutes here. You go right out, you're here in Paso Grill, and you're right out to the Gulf of Mexico. Bill's a big time fisherman, obviously, as you can tell with his sports fisherman and his new Invincible here. We wanted to make sure with the square footage that we were able to have here that we could get him as much as possible. We made sure we came with a new DECO lift here. DECO comes with all the new, their cable retention systems, their worm drive, which is set up to really sustain with the salt water. It's, everybody's kind of stepping away from the belt driven. We've really went to recommending all driven drive systems here. And you'll see they have the brand new tech boxes, which are all set up with auto controls, limit switches, transmitter, remote style. So that way, if you're coming in from a day of fishing, as you're coming in, you can go ahead and hit your remote, drop your lift, and come on and load in. You can see here, we have different times when you set up lifts, you're always going to have some issue, especially as you get into the bigger boats. You don't want to shift your lower systems of the cradle of the boat over. Some people tend to think, let's shift it over. It's not a good idea. You want to stay center, right? You want to stay the center of gravity. We want to keep these motors all centered, all four, the weight systems on it, and so that everything is evenly coming up. With that said, sometimes it creates issues of where it's hard to get to the boat or hard to load into the boat. So a lot of times we have what we call here is our swinging hinge system, where you can take that little locking mechanism out, drop it over, and then you can step out here. For this one, they're doing some detailing, doing things of this nature. This one we have back here, they can drop, and then it helps them right here where we can drop this, and we can load them right into the boat. So the captain can get in and get the boat off. As all docks, we want to make sure you have plenty of storage, you have plenty of dock boxes. Here we have different options. You can see a few here. We have all types of different options of dock boxes. Dock boxes come in different sizes, different colors, different ventilation as far as if you are storing, flammables or things of that nature. Bill has a drainage pipe that comes out of the house off of the backyard here, and it came right into the dock. And it just wasn't aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So we talked back and forth, and we decided that the best thing would be able to give him some storage and also give him a place here where we could cover this piping up. So this is on-site, in-house built. This is all built out of actual 2x6, 2x8, 2x10 wear deck material, so there's no rot. The biggest thing with fishing, obviously, is after you come home for the day of fishing is the table, and being able to, in the afternoons, to be out here in the hot, especially the hot summer sun of Florida, is to be out here covered underneath it and be able to do your work. So for the captain, it was a big deal here for us to get him something that was able to cover him during the afternoon, gave him plenty of room to work, and gave him plenty of tools here to work with, where he has this tool sharpener. We've got water access, drink holders, knife holders, and Killer Dock. Killer Dock is a company that we met about 2 years ago at the St. Pete Yacht Club. And these guys are from Alabama, great guys. And as we got to talk to them more and more, we realized that they were really big, like us, into the custom side of things. A lot of people come to us with many different issues, different things that they want to be able to do, different options that they want to have. And then we have to take that and we have to really look at the city and the county and look at their permitting regulations and how can we meet in the middle of that? How can we get the customer what he wants and also meet within the regulations of what they have? So that's a lot of what we do here when we come in and we say, well, the first questions are, what are your goals? What do you want to be able to achieve? And obviously for these guys, they fish and they're big time fishermen. And so for them, the Killer Dock was a big addition to them, of having something that gave them plenty of room to work off, gave them plenty of tools to be able to, that they need during that process of cutting the fish and cleaning the fish. And so the Killer Dock really was one of those that came into play. Now the Killer Dock is completely customable, so there's so many different options. So when it comes to that, if anyone's interested in it, we can sit down and go through their catalog, and we can even reach out and talk to the guys at the factory there. But this is just one of the options that we went with here to make sure that it would fit what the captains here needed for their afternoons of work. Another thing we like to point out, especially in these bigger slips, in our wet slips, is the option of, especially with the higher tides, the bigger surges, the storms that we have here in Florida to a certain extent is TideSlides. Work with the customer on setting these, and they're also customizable also to links and certain spacing and things of that nature. But we can set those up where you're no longer really dependent on cleats here that are pulling up on your dock the entire time. We can set these, and with the name TideSlide, they're made to slide with the tide. Set up a slip for him where he can bring in, whether we have visiting boats, whether we take the Invincible off, bring it around, set it up, and be able to load up for a day of fishing. Obviously, guys, we have many different options here of the Lighthouse pedestals. They come in 50 amp, 30 amp, 120. They offer water services. So we can take anything, any situation that you have here, depending on your boat sizes and what you need, and we can order those to be made. So guys, we appreciate you coming along with us today. If anything out here interests you, if you live on the water and you have any needs in the new dockside build, dredging side to make your slips deeper, please give us a call or check us out online at gulfandbaymarine.com.